Hello? Hi, you're here. Do you want to be on the show?
Yes, yes, yes. Uh, 1 minute.
What is going on? You ready?
Hi.
Hi.
Wait, wait, wait. I need to turn up the volume. Okay. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't
Miriam,
know
where are
why I
you
can't
calling me
hear you.
from?
It's not
Huh?
loud enough.
Say again?
It's not loud enough on my end.
I can hear you.
Uh,
You can't hear me
what?
good?
Yeah, I can hear you, but like you sound far.
I can hear you
Anyway, I was
good.
just in the chats. I paid to for you to shout
Yeah,
out
I
my
was getting ready
profile,
to say
and
that's why I
everyone
wanted to
is
call
like
you. I actually
$500. I'm
did
like, no,
see
it's
you.
not dollars, guys. It's pesos. It's peso, Filipino peso. I'm in the Philippines.
Yeah, she wanted me to shout her out on the app. Um,
Maybe
this
I
is
put
her
on
on the
my.
dating app, so we can start there. Miriam, Nana,
Yes, that's me.
and where do you live? You live in the Philippines. Okay, yes. Do
Yes,
you want
that's
a guy
me.
in the Philippines?
Yep.
Okay, now do you want to do the questions? Are you ready?
Yeah, that's me. Yes, yes, yes.
All right, let's do it. Miriam, you're in the Philippines. You're 38.
Yes, I'm 38.
Do you have any kids?
Do I have?
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have one son. He's 9. He'll turn 9 on Tuesday.
You'll turn 9 on Tuesday. So we got Miriam, Philippines, 38. One son that will turn
Maureen.
Marine. I'm sorry, Marine.
Thank you. Maureen.
Marine. Okay. So Marine, Philippines, 38.
Yes.
One
I'm from
son that's
Kenya.
9.
I'm from Kenya, but I work in the Philippines. So I'm a diplomat. I don't like using the word diplomat. I'm an expat.
Okay, so you're from Kenya, but you live in the Philippines.
Yes, I work here. I've been here for 4 years now. I should be rotating to another country in maybe 2 years.
Okay. And maybe 2 years. Okay. And you said you have a son that's 9. Have you ever been married?
Yes, I was married, divorced my husband ex-husband in 2020.
2020. Okay. And what do you do for a living?
I'm in human resource management. I work for the United Nations.
United Nations. Okay. All right. So it's Miriam
Maureen.
Maureen. Maureen from Kenya, lives in the Philippines, 38, mom to a 9-year-old, was once married. Now she works for the United what?
Nations.
Nations. All right. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
A kind man. You have to be kind to yourself first, because that way then you can be kind to me. Someone who's well educated and well read. Basically, if you don't know where Kenya is, that's a problem. If you don't know where the Philippines is, that's a problem. So I just need people who know more than their surroundings. There's a lot of Americans here in the Philippines, so even after traveling so far from the US to come to the Philippines, are still a bit rough around the edges in terms of their knowledge. I think most of them are probably in the army or what. This used to be a US base at some point. There was a US base here. So when I meet the Americans, they are not very well read. There's many other nationalities here. So you'd find other nationalities are more, whether it's British, whether it's Europeans, they're more well versed. So I need someone like that. And also it's because of the nature of my work. The nature of my work and just the nature of the people I hang around with. You're hanging around with a lot of diplomats, a lot of well-educated people. So you need to be able to keep up in terms of the conversation. So be someone who's at least ready to learn, ask questions if you don't know, but you're also quite open-minded in terms of your mind is open to learning new things and exploring the world. Okay, exploring the world. So you need to be kind to yourself, kind to me. You need to be someone who is quite self-aware, a good communicator. You need to be great at communicating. I don't mean calling me all the time, etc. But I mean when you communicate, it needs to be clear, it needs to be concise, it needs to send the message across. Okay. You also, I don't mind someone who has kids, because and someone who's raised sons. And I think for me, I'm at a point where any man who would enter my life now would need to be someone who I would be able to see as a potential father to my son. Why I say this is, you may have your own kids, but you need to be also willing and ready to be a father to a woman with a son, because he's at that age where he's starting to ask those questions. A 9-year-old is, preteen,
Where's
starting to
his
ask all those
father?
questions. Huh?
Where's his real father?
His real father is back in Kenya,
So, okay.
not involved, like nothing. Yeah,
Okay.
they do communicate. Like I gave my son a phone. There's no communication with me. I prefer it that way. You don't need to call me. I bought my son a phone. Call him. He can call you anytime. Just don't call me. Like we were done. We're done. So you can have access to your son, but no access to me.
Okay. Okay. So what are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers. So you don't have a passport. That's a problem. That's a problem. Let's start there. Uh, because the nature of my job is one where we'll move around a lot. Now, if you do want a situation where we are settling down together, it would likely mean that then I'm the one coming to you and moving to you, right? If that is the case, then you would need to be in the 150K upwards bracket, okay? So if you're not there and that is what you want, then it would be a deal breaker if you're below that bracket. Poor communication is another deal breaker. Just poor communication, and poor communication, whether it's with your family, whether it's with you have kids, you have grown kids, young kids, poor communication all around. Like I'd need to see what kind of communicator you are. And if you're a poor communicator with other people, then you'll be a poor communicator with me. So that's a deal breaker for sure. Yeah, I think not using proper English, you use too much colloquialism. Yeah, too much of that. I mean, it's fun with friends, and, in a social setting. But yeah, just communicate properly. Use proper English. Use proper English. You you can be anywhere in the world. You don't have to be American. You can be anywhere in the world. I just need someone who is a professional. You need to be a professional in all ways. In your career, you need to be professional, a professional of sorts. So you could be a suit, a banker, finance. You could be in project management. You could be in construction. You could be in, wherever. But just be a professional. So you need to be presentable as I am. Okay. So when I'm standing next to you, it's like, yes, this is my man. You got what I mean? You got what I mean, Kendra, right?
So, okay. Let me jump in here. He has to be presentable. I think you mentioned it earlier. He has to make at least 150K.
Yes, this is because I mean I still want maybe one or two more kids. I would like to have more kids, sorry. So that would mean a situation where then I'm coming to you to, if we're starting a family, etc. Right? But if I'm okay also if we reach, because I'm getting to an age where kids are really not a thing. So if we are at that point where you don't want more kids, I don't want more kids, we just wanna just enjoy life together, enjoy the world together, then I'd be okay with 100K, because then I mean it would mean then I'm still working, right? So I'm okay with 100K and maybe 80, it depends on which state you're from. If you're in the US, If you're in Europe, I don't know, 100K would probably cut it in Europe. Below that would be, different. If you're in Africa, again, 80K equivalent
So
would be fine.
150 is for Europe. Is that American? Like, what would it be for American?
So 150 USD. I'm using USD because
Oh,
I
okay.
guess
You're telling
a
me,
large
okay. So for
percentage
the
of your
American
audience
perspective,
is
he has to make equivalent to 150K.
yes. So that's the annual equivalent I'm talking about.
So let me just
Um,
jump to ask you one question. So if a man made 85K American money, you can't date him.
it would depend on what he's looking for. Is he the type who wants me to be at home? You want me to be at home? Then 85K, I don't know. It depends on which state. You see, again, the cost of living in different American states is different. So 85K, say in Georgia, is different from maybe 85K in New York. You
Absolutely.
understand?
So do you want to move to the States? Because I know you're in the Philippines right now.
I'm not opposed to it. I would prefer someone who wants to live outside the US. If you're American, it's fine. That would be okay. Uh, because then it creates you, it means you're a person who's adventurous. If you're a remote worker, then it means then you can come to me. So then, we can make the money work if you're coming to me,
I have some
or
vague
moving
questions.
moving with me wherever I'm moving to.
Oh, they can move in. They can move in with you?
Yes, we can have that conversation.
Okay.
We can have that conversation.
Okay. For some reason, these questions, okay.
I need to be able to hear them.
Taxmaster said, "Man, please wait until you leave the Philippines because you can't compete with the Philippines there. They're more fit, feminine, and don't have your wild
You know
requirements."
what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on YouTube and just put on. Okay,
Hello?
go again with your question, Kendra. Sorry.
This is what a
Repeat the
person said.
question.
Taxmaster DFW said, "Man, please wait until you leave the Philippines because you can't compete with the Filipinas there. They are more fit, feminine, and don't have your wild requirements."
100%.
What? I can't
It's
hear
not that
you.
they're fit feminine. Filipino women, this is the thing with Filipino women from my observation. They, because Philippines is a developing country, um, the women, the men are not your working type of man. They don't like to work, they're lazy, right? But then you'll find that the women want a man, the foreigners, because the foreigners are able to take care of their whole family. They're able to take care of their father, their mother, their brothers, their sisters. So they are just, Filipino women are very aggressive. Let me tell you, they are more aggressive than Africans, but they conform to fit what it is a man is looking for. But once they have you, let me tell you, you are done for. They will squeeze everything they will out of you. I've seen so many men, and most of them Americans, unfortunately, older men who come here, marry a Filipino girl, and then on the expat Facebook group, they're complaining about, oh, she stole my money, oh, she did my this, she took the house, I can't own the house. And I'm thinking, guys, you keep going back on this cycle. You come here looking for these women, you get the woman, and then when shit hits the fan, you're complaining. Other expats complain, and so you could easily say, oh, they're fit, feminine, but the reality is, I'm not going to lie to you about the fact that this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for. Okay. But a Filipino woman will play the part until she gets the ring.
Some men don't care
So
though. Unfortunately, I mean, like I know I understand what you're saying, but some men are like, if she, you said the one thing that matters a lot to men is she conforms to what he wants, and some men are like, I don't, I'll deal with the backlash, but if she gonna be what I want, child, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna read all these comments, but I think there's a sentiment of saying some people don't feel as though you'll get a man that can make 150K. Have you ever dated a man that made 150K? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I said, have you ever dated a man that made 150K?
Yes, yes. I said
Oh, you
yes.
have? Okay, okay. So she's dated a man that's
I
made
said yes.
that amount of money before. Okay. We did the Kendra Cam already? Okay, what's going on now? Because now we have a delay. This is going to irritate me, honey. What did you do differently?
No, no.
Yeah, take that. Don't do that because we have a delay.
It's the sound.
Okay, we don't got to do that. Okay, all right. Okay. All right. Okay, we see you, girlfriend. We got you, mama. All right. When was your last relationship?
Ooh. 2020. I won't call it a relationship. I've not really had a relationship since I divorced my husband. They've been dates. I've been dating. Let's call it I've been dating, honestly. I've not been in a relationship since I left my ex-husband, just dating.
Okay.
It's been a bit of a challenge in Asia. Again, because my preference is black. So yes, the men in the tax bracket that I'm looking for end up being white. Some end up being Asian. I said I'm gonna try to be open because I remember you said some years back that your dating pool is only as far as your environment is. And unfortunately, I've been in Asia now for 6 years. So now it's like I'm trying to get an assignment in, at least somewhere in Africa, or even some assignments in the US. We have a few offices in some states in the US, but just trying to get those assignments so that then it kind of also widens my pool. Unfortunately, these are the options I have here. So I've just been going on this because I don't want to again be closed off to it, and also just to keep, you need to keep in practice having conversation and just seeing what people talk about from different countries. You need to be kind of need to be open. So I'm trying to be open, but I prefer black, whether you're American, British, European, but whether you're Chinese, you need to be black.
Okay.
Be black.
All right.
Please.
When was your last relationship?
Uh, 2020, my marriage really. My
Okay,
marriage was
so
my
4 years
last
ago.
relationship.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Around the same time, like
So you haven't
2021.
had sex in 4 years?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: if you
And
don't
I
meet a
realized that
man,
I don't
let me just
miss
ask you this. Let me ask you
it.
this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So you haven't been with a man since you got divorced. Did your ex-husband have all these requirements?
Oh no, no. Oh,
No. Okay,
oh,
so
let's not even go there. No, he did. Like, let me tell you, no.
okay. So after your ex-husband, that's when you had the
Sorry, I'm
requirement.
recovering from a cough. Sorry.
So after your ex-husband, that's where the 150K requirements came into
I
place.
tried with my ex-husband. What I was trying was give a man a chance to come to his own, which just wasn't working out because, yeah, it's not working. It was not working out. Yeah,
So
like
let me ask you
5 years.
this, because I know you also said you want a man that's going to be a father to your child. If you don't find a man that fits the tax bracket requirement that you desire or other things, are you just okay with not having no man, or would you bend on any of your requirements?
So over the past few months, I've gotten to that point where I'm like, I think I'd be okay just, raising my son on my own and just, focusing on my career. Um, but then you're told, you talk to friends and they're saying, oh yeah, don't be closed off. You're still young. I have older friends. They're like, oh, you're still young. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll give it a try. I'll continue to give it a try up to a point. But I think over the past few, let's call it the past few months, I've reached a point where I'm like, yeah, I think I'd be fine, just raising my son on my own. In another 10 years, he'll be in college. In another 10 years, I'll be almost 50. just focus on that, retirement, investing,
So
property.
basically, because we got to kind of go because I've been talking to you for a while. So basically, what I'm hearing is your requirements are your requirements, and if you can't get a man to meet those requirements, you're okay with not having one.
Yeah, yeah, I believe I am. I really honestly believe I am.
Okay. They're telling me to ask you if, because I know you mentioned the U.S., you live in the Philippines. They're saying, Kendra, why aren't you asking her about a green card? Or is that a
Green
concern?
card. I'm not interested in a green card. No.
Okay. I
I
didn't
think
get
I
that,
would
to be honest. She works for the United Nations, so I was feeling you had the opportunity to work different places. Okay. All
sorry.
right. Last question. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
What?
Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Oh, let's see. I'm just generally fun. I'm an extrovert. I'm generally fun. I cook a lot. I love to cook. I love to cook. So not just for other people, for me. I love hosting as well. So I host a lot at home. So I make samosas, I make pilau, I make men like to eat, right? That's what they want to hear. I cook, but I like to cook for me and for my family. So you'd be lucky just to be in the mix, right? Of me cooking. um, I'm a good listener. I'm generally a good listener. I never used to think I was a good listener until the last few dates I had. I realized I actually listen, and maybe it's because I'm listening to understand. I'm like I used to listen to respond.
I
Now I
love
listen to
you,
understand.
but don't give this up. Don't make this a long answer.
Yeah. So I'm a good listener. Um, yeah, pretty much. And I just like peace. I'm at a point where I want peace, so I will give you peace if you give me peace.
Okay.
Yeah,
And here's her name on the Kendra G Singles dating app. Here she is. She's in the
that's me on the
Philippines.
app.
Okay. And you reach out to her right now, fellas, if you are interested. Maureen. Excuse my screen, y'all. Let me go to some other pictures. That's some other pictures of her. All right, baby girl. I'm wishing
Thank
you
you,
the best of
Kendra.
luck.
Finally, it's been years. I love this show and keep doing what you're doing. And congratulations on the app.
Thank you so much. Keep me
Yeah,
posted, baby girl.
I
Bye,
will.
sweetheart. Bye.
Bye.
Kendra G Singles, the dating app is available now on your iPhone and your Android phones. Just go to your Apple Store or your Google Play Store and download it now. Kendra G Singles, the dating app.